Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? I am Marcos Villegas. This is the Fight Up TV live chat. Today is April 19th, 2021. Come one, come all. We're here every Monday at 5:35 to discuss the latest happenings in combat sports. You can go ahead and follow me at Hey, it's Marcos V. Go ahead and follow us as well on social media at Fight Hub TV. And man, oh God. Um, Thank you, Danny. Appreciate that, bro. Where to start? Where to start? Oh man. First off, I know there's a lot of people that are new subscribers to the channel. And I want to say thank you, first off, for subscribing to the channel. If you're a boxing fan, if you're an MMA fan, I think we'll have something for you as well. Great content given to you guys, combat sports fans, every single day, just about on the channel. So sure, that there's going to be something for you. Go ahead and share the channel to your other boxing, combat sports bros as well. And just to let you guys know as well, the interviews that I do, the in-depth interviews that I do, are available on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and a ton of other places as well. You can go ahead and check those out. So please help us out on that front. Subscribe to the podcast. Leave a review on the podcast as well on Spotify. So there's already 150 of you guys on here. Go ahead and press like on this stream, share it, and we'll get right to it. We'll hear from Yair. We'll hear from Marcus. Ray Flores will be on the stream as well. He called the fight. I want to get his perspective on how it was calling the fight, as well as Albert Baker, who works in the media. He attended the fight as a golden ticket winner, which I guess Triller was having a contest with people. I don't know what the heck they even did to get the golden ticket, but they flew him out there and then they give him this VIP treatment to go over there. So we're gonna go ahead and hear from those two as soon as they come in. But Gilbert, bro, why you gotta rub it in, dog? I told you Jake would win. Laugh emoji. Oh my God, this guy right here. Win the title. You've lost all credibility as someone who knows boxing or fighting. Perfect. If you're Jake, blah, 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 blah. Shut the hell up. This freaking guy. Paso de verga, güey. Okay, let's go ahead and let me start this. Obviously, I'm going to eat a lot of crow. I'm going to fess up to it. I picked Ben Askren to win this fight, okay? I picked him to win, and I was wrong. And everybody that told me I was wrong, I didn't believe. And not because he was fighting Jake Paul. It wasn't because, it's Jake, he has no skills. Nah. It wasn't because of that. It's because of the prior combat sports competition that Ben Askren had. And more importantly, his ability to be able to take damage up until that point. I didn't think Jake could hit, and I still don't think he hits as hard as Robbie Lawler, but I'll get into that, what I mean by what I'm going to say. Now, I thought because he weathered the storm against Robbie Lawler and other fighters, he would be able to do the same against Jake Paul. In squad life, you're bringing up a point. Ben Askren can't fight stand-up, so do the math. Very true, man. Very true. Ben had no chance ever. I thought he did. Just based on the prior other guys that he's fought, okay? And I was wrong, man. I was wrong. Owed a bunch of people money. I paid them on Saturday. We'll get into this as well. Newsflash, it was fixed. But let me tell you where I was wrong about Jake Paul. And I'll admit it. And little by little, he is garnering, I think, respect. At least with me. I don't know about the whole combat sports world, but respect with me. I'm going to kick somebody out of here. There we go. Boom. Out of here. Okay. I was wrong on a few things. One, I've always said this, that people should give him his credit because he's actually stepped inside the ring and actually gone through with the fight. That's a very hard thing to do, very stressful process, and to go through a real camp, which he did already on 3 different occasions. So he should be commended for that, should be given respect for that, because we all just look at this stuff from the outside, but we're not the ones actually going in there and fighting, and he actually has done it now on 3 occasions. The other thing is, I did not give his power credit. I didn't think he would have the type of power to put Ben on his butt, which he proved me wrong. Boy can hit, man. He got power. I don't know if it's power enough to handle an amateur, a high-level amateur, another pro boxer. But Duke he can crack. He can crack. He's 3 knockouts in a row. Yeah, I understand Gibb. Gibbs. Nate Robinson, basketball player. He knocked out a world champion MMA fighter. And Henry, thank you for that live chat as well. We'll get to this right now. I'm going to go ahead and pin it, but I'm going to get to the point too that we got to start giving this kid credit, man. As hard as it is. He's bringing attention. He's a ton of pay-per-view buys. People tune in to see him, and obviously he's playing the heel role, okay? It worked for Floyd. It worked for other fighters in the past. He's playing the heel role, and we will all tune in to see him get his ass kicked, or the hopes of seeing him get his ass kicked, or at least getting lit up, because that'll give us satisfaction. And we will gladly pay money to see that. And we will keep gladly paying money to see that. But it's going to get to a point where obviously Ben is going to need to fight an actual professional boxer who's done this his whole life. And all this might end up catching up to him at that point. But at this point, as of current, it's done a hell of a job, man. Dude, 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, if not more, for this event. That is freaking nuts, bro. That is nuts for a guy. Yeah, I understand. He has a huge YouTube following, okay? No one else is doing that in boxing. Nobody else is getting 1.5 million buys. Tyson got it. That's freaking Mike Tyson. Anybody else? No one has cracked 1 million pay-per-view buys in boxing in how many freaking years? In how long? You got to give, as much as it hurts people to say this, you got to give the kid props. You got to give him props. He's a draw. He's a freaking draw. He brings in traffic. He brings in money. He brings in attention. You can't blame the guy for his hustle, man. You can't blame a kid going out there and hustling and trying to make money, all right? Yes, I understand the persona that he's built around. It's not a very likable persona. It's not. He rubs people off the wrong way. I understand he does. It's the way he goes about things. But you can't knock the hustle. You can't knock when someone's going out there and trying to get it. And he's getting it. And he's going to continue getting it, because we're going to continue tuning in to see someone whoop on him. But I was so wrong, man. I was so wrong, but he hasn't made me a believer yet, okay? But I'll give him respect. Mad respect now. He can crack. He's taking this serious, which I think anybody that goes into boxing should be given credit if they do take it serious and actually have a real professional fight. Because we could sit here on our armchairs and say all the things we want. Oh, I'll kick this guy's ass, or this, that. But at the end of the day, he went in there and actually had a real fight. I'm going to touch on this whole the fight was fixed, yada, yada, yada stuff. But, I got our first guest here in the house with us. He actually called the pay-per-view. Henry, thank you so much for that live chat. Marcos, I just want to let you know that your interview a couple of weeks ago with Teofimo Lopez was excellent. What are the chances of getting Oscar De La Hoya on, or even Jake Paul? LOL. Yeah, I don't think Jake's going to do this with me. Hey, I've been trying to give the guy a fair shake, but I doubt I'm doubting he's going to do anything. Oscar, he was super litty, that's for sure on the broadcast. He said like 50 babies on there, but I'm going to go ahead and bring in now Ray Flores. Thank you for that, Henry Martinez. My man, Ray Flores here, called the fight on Saturday night. Bro, that ish was crazy, dog. That ish was crazy.
It was a lot of fun. We had a great time on Saturday. Saturday was expect the unexpected, and that's exactly what happened. It's an alternative to what combat sports is. It's not looking to compete, et cetera, et cetera. It's different. It's unique. It's its own thing. That's what Triller Fight Club is all about. It's
all right. Hold on, Ray. Hold on, Ray.
Yeah.
A lot of people on here are gonna be like, "Yo, bro, you're just saying that because you worked it. You're just freaking hyping them up, dog."
No, like if you watch it, it's like a massive party. It's a big party with boxing in the middle and all these entertainers that are rolling around. You wouldn't want to see that? Come on now. And yes, I did get my parents' permission to hang out with Snoop. So I did see that. How old am I? I'm old enough to enjoy a beverage.
So, bro, obviously, you have done so much broadcasting work.
Yeah.
I've done broadcasting work as well for Fox with you at times as well. I know how these things are done with production and them telling us stuff. It looked chaotic on there in terms of like you had like 5 people in the play-by-play booth, and I was just like, what the heck? At times people were talking over each other. Did it look as chaotic like doing it as it looked to me? Like, let me know how was that?
I was just kind of like in the flow when different people would come up and stuff like that. The one thing is that Ryan Kavanaugh, when I asked him, I'm like, hey, let me talk to you. What do you want me to do? He goes, be yourself. Don't worry about what you can and can't say. I want you to be as authentic and be your true self as possible. He goes, say whatever you want. I'm like, wait a minute. Say whatever I want. He goes, yeah, say whatever you want. He goes, do whatever it is that you want to do. He goes, if you want to have a drink, go ahead and have a drink. I'm like, okay, sounds good to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the boss is telling me, so I'm good. And that's what I like about it. He allowed me to be my true, authentic self, and we just turned it up to 10 on Saturday.
All right, so did you get high with Snoop? Were you freaking drunk as hell?
I mean, I wasn't drunk, but I mean, I enjoyed a beverage or two. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I mean? It was encouraged.
It was encouraged? They told you? Really?
It was like, hey, if you want to have a drink, you can have a drink. And I'm like, wait a minute, I can drink on the show? And they're like, yeah, have one or two, whatever, no problem. I'm like, this is phenomenal. Like, unbelievable. Like, this is great. I still got to the points that we had to get to in different parts or whatever. But what? Like, you're sitting next to Snoop and he offers you something. And by the way, it's legal in most states in this country. And where I was, it was legal. And what I'm supposed to say, no, I don't want any of that. Are you kidding me? I lived in California for over 2 years. Get out of here, man.
So you did get, in fact, a high with Snoop.
I mean, I didn't say I got high, but I did enjoy some of, the herb that he enjoys, and I thought it was wonderful. It was a rite of passage. Like, who wouldn't want to be with Snoop Dogg? Are you kidding me?
Wait. Did this happen, like, during the broadcast, or you were, like, in that green room?
No, it wasn't no green room, whatever. It was after the show, whatever. Like, he went ahead and, after the show was over, he was happy with the way that the show went. And, he went ahead and he put it together. He lit it. And then he gave it to me. I'm like, I literally just got like a blessing from one of the all-time great entertainers ever. And I was be like, no. And by the way, it's actually from the earth, so it's not any crazy substance. So I was like, it's from the earth.
You're fine. You don't have to say that, Ray. We know. It's not like you did a line of coke off of like some stripper's ass.
Exactly. Never would do that.
No, not at all. Never. No, no, that doesn't sound like a fun time at all.
Oh, it's not legal in Georgia. Well, I mean, I guess, I was under California rules. My bad, Corey. So,
bro, what's up, Bare Knuckle? What up? Hey, Oscar, dog. That guy was lit, bro. Lit.
Listen, I didn't see him do anything when he was in the broadcast booth.
You
Because
can, bro.
no,
You can tell. You can tell. You can tell.
What I'm saying
That fool
is
was super pedal.
he was having fun. So my whole thing is like, if he's having fun and he's cracking jokes, who am I to say, oh, Oscar is this or that?
No. I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying, dude, he was freaking on one.
Look, Oscar was in rare form, and I even said, I'm like, you are on another one, Oscar. I'm like, and so be it. I mean, and here's the thing. He's not fighting next week. He's not even fighting June 5th. Typical training camp's 8 weeks. He's like 2.5 months away from his fight July 3rd. So it's like, you know what? He's a 5-time world champion, crazy world champion, Hall of Famer. Let him do what he wants. I didn't see him do anything crazy around me.
All right, Ray. The real question is, obviously, the main event when it happened, a lot of people, me as a dummy, I thought Ben was going to win, and I listed my reasons why I thought Ben was going to win. Okay, Jake goes and he knocks him out. He gets up, and a lot of people are like, nah, ref, let this guy continue. You were there calling it. You saw it. Explain to us what happened with that. And from your vantage point, did you feel that the fight should have been stopped?
Listen, I had no problem with the fight being stopped, but I also, because I think like a fan, because I am a fan first and foremost, would I have wanted to see the fight continue a little bit? Yeah, but here's the bottom line. People are like, oh, the fix was in, this and that. Triller had nothing to do with the referee assignment and the judging assignments. That's a Georgia Commission rule. So everyone thinks that, oh, this is this entertainment spectacle. It's still a boxing match. And the Georgia Commission was in charge of going ahead and dictating who the referees are, who the judges are. The referee made a judgment call, and he went ahead and said, enough is enough. Did I agree with it? No. But let's be honest, Marcos, it's only a matter of time before Jake Paul was really going to hurt Ben Askren if the fight continued. Now, for the sake of the pay-per-view buyers, we would have liked to see that happen. But at the end of the day, the result was going to be the same.
Highly doubt this is the real KSI, but if it is, what's up, bro? Glad you're on here. Would love to see that fight because I think that fight makes sense. So back to that. Okay. Did you get a chance to see Jake or Ben after the fight?
I did not. I saw Jake afterwards, just a little bit like, enjoying in the ring and celebrating and stuff, but I didn't really see him afterwards and everything else. I mean, look, I know people are like, oh, well, Ben was walking under his own power and he was hugging his wife. It's like, yeah, if I get knocked out and I'm able to walk out of the ring under my own power, who do I want to put my arms around? The person that is my loved one. So, of course, I mean, why wouldn't he want to be putting his arms around his wife after the fight?
Yeah, a lot of people saw that too. He was, smiling, walking off as like, oh, like I just robbed the bank. Like I just came out,
I think it's that, but also the fact that he's able to walk out under his own power. That could have gone really wrong for him if he would have gotten seriously knocked out and seriously hurt. So he's probably thinking, look, I walked under my own power. I got knocked out. It's not the first time I got knocked out. We got paid. Now I'm going to go back to Wisconsin and run my wrestling academy.
The atmosphere, how was that, Ray? Did they allow fans?
Yeah, they allowed a small amount of fans and stuff. It was wild, man. I mean, with the pyro, with the music and all the entertainers running around and the way that the set was constructed in different parts of the stadium, it was wild. It was wild. It was so unconventional. And it's like, be prepared for anything because things were happening and it was like, okay, now this is happening. Now that's happening, whatever. Like we had an idea of where we were going to go with the show, but a lot of it just kind of happened organically.
If this is, I don't think it is. Hey, Yair or Marcus, can you verify that that's really him? If it's really you, bro, message us right now on the Fight Hub Instagram, and we'll have you on to say a few things. Ivan Redcatch, bro, what happened there?
Really good actor, and very, very good acting job because we saw it, we replayed it over and over and over again. I talked with Prograis trainers and stuff, Bobby Benton, Aaron Navarro. It landed clean, like above. It was nowhere near below the belt and stuff like that. Talked to people that were ringside. Mike Coppinger, one of them. He's like, there's no way that he could have gotten that affected to that degree if the punch would have landed in that fashion. So I think it was some acting on Ivan. I like him a lot, but man, that's not a good look for him.
Yeah, at first I thought it was, but then when obviously saw the replay, I was just like, geez, did anybody get a chance to talk to him about it?
That I don't know because everything. I mean, there was so much, pandemonium going on. No, I didn't talk to him afterwards, but it's just like, man, like you can't be making that much of a scene like that when it's clear, like we had different angles from the punch, and it wasn't that deliberate or whatever. So it was like, come on now, like. How can you go and keep on with this charade when it's clear as day that it wasn't anywhere near where you're claiming it to be?
Yeah, it was. This is a weird thing because I don't think Ivan's ever known as a person to do something like that.
Yeah.
Like in all his fights, he's always gone down swinging. So
he went down because it was a vicious body punch.
Yeah.
So that's why he went down. Okay. So I see that someone says, how did he go down then? It was a vicious body punch. Not going to lie that he wasn't in agony, whatever. But the whole premise is, was it illegal or not? It wasn't an illegal punch. So he could have been writhing on the ground in pain. But then I think he took it to a next level and started acting to try to get the victory by disqualification, which thank goodness that wasn't the case because Prograis would have been robbed had that taken place.
And to give you guys all an update too as well, I believe the result has been changed to an official TKO, I believe, from the Georgia State Athletic Commission. So Regis is getting credit for that win. Overall, Ray, man, would you do the show again? Like,
heck yeah, I can't wait for June 5th, man. Let's rock and roll, bro. Like Miami, I mean, this is different. This is new. This is fresh. This is young. This isn't the old school boxing or the old school combat sports. It's an alternative. So tomorrow I got to work on FS1. And
so, let's plug that tomorrow because I have a friend fighting on FS1 tomorrow. Yeah. We have fights on FS1 tomorrow, Tuesday. 420.
Yeah, 420. Well, hey, I mean, don't worry. I'm not going to be involved in 420 on the air tomorrow, so don't worry about that.
Snoop might send you something,
Yeah, who knows? Jerry Perez, though, looking forward to
Perez,
him. Yeah. He'll be in action. I like him a lot. He's 13-0, 10 knockouts, known as the Joker. This guy gets it. We were talking to him during fighter meetings today, man, and he was talking about how he wants to fight the best in the division. He's ready for a step up. He's fighting Frank Martin. Should be a fun fight, but, man, June 5th, Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos. And here's another thing, Marcos. I had to play security guard, even though I didn't want to, on Friday between Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez. And these guys don't like each other. They can't stand each other. They're going to come at it. They're going to go toe-to-toe with each other. Plus, I want to see what musical acts they're going to be, what crazy fights they're going to put together. This is a new thing for boxing, for combat sports. Let's get rocking and rolling to start off the summertime in Miami with Triller, baby. Let's rock and roll, bro.
Well, obviously, with you saying that you're going to work the show, which I'm glad you're going to work the show. But, the commentary, I'm seeing comments, obviously we're used to one style of commentary, as a boxing fan. And a lot of people are saying like, bro, like this was not professional, you're saying it's new, it's fresh. I've always thought it would be cool for the announcers to let loose a little bit more and curse, it's freaking pay-per-view. Why can't you curse on pay-per-view? Like that makes no sense to me. But you having worked so many of these broadcasts, like, do you like this way that it's going, or do you feel that maybe it should get pulled back a little bit to kind of find a middle ground?
No, why pull back? It's like, listen, when it came to the serious boxing stuff, like the Red Catch Prograis thing, we talked about it in detail. We brought Sean Wheelock in. We were assessing the angles and stuff like that. So we really broke it down in a true, boxing broadcast standpoint. You're going to have random comments, but that's the way it is. This is catered to everybody, not just, the pound for pound rankings and this and that. Nothing wrong with that. But there's a time and a place for it. This is something that you're not going to see on a weekly basis. When Triller comes out and we do shows, that's what you're going to see. Triller Fight Club, that's what you're going to see. Expect something different, unique, and expect entertainment.
Anything crazy happened there after the show, before the show?
I mean, aside from them yanking me off the air after the first prelim fight, which is it's the truth. We did the first prelim fight, and I'll tell you this. We did the first prelim fight. It's me, Crime Faces, and Al Bernstein. I'm doing what I do, right? And then second fight happens, and they were like, yeah, Ray's not on the booth. I'm like, what? And they yanked me off the broadcast or whatever. So then afterwards, after the first two prelim fights were over, because we only had two, I'm asking Ryan, hey, what happened, whatever, this and that. And he was like, well, he goes, you were too traditional. And I was like, what does that mean? He's all like, you were too traditional. You need to be more relaxed. I want you to be the real you. Just let loose. I'm like, okay, fine. And that's exactly what I did. And you know what? I was myself, and they liked myself.
That's so crazy though that they would yank that. Wow, that's crazy to me that they would yank you off because of that. Because usually they should tell you like on your IFB, like yo, bro, like yo, Ray, like hey, have fun, Ray, have fun, like
You ever see how they do in the Apollo and stuff, and they get the guy with the cane and they yank him off the stage and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did to me. So I was like, all right. I'm like, no problem. And then I told him, I told Ryan a couple of choice words, which I said at the top of the pay-per-view broadcast.
Whoa, bro! You said some curse words to the guy that's paying you, dog.
Look, man, he was, we were talking. He's like, I want you to, at the beginning, we were talking, and I told him that. I'm like, hey, I want, this. I told him that, and then he's all like, and then he looked at me, goes, okay, he goes, you're back for the pay-per-view. Go. He goes, do that.
Oh, shit. Like, wait. They're going to yank you off completely off the pay-per-view?
No, they weren't going to. Look, so we were talking. We were having a discussion, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I think this. He's like, all right. He's like, give me that on the pay-per-view. I'm like, I can say this? And he's all like, yeah. He goes, I'm like, all right. That's all you got to tell me, So it is what it is. I mean, I like the freedom of being able to say whatever I want, but, I mean, it's pay-per-view, and it's different, So I adjust to the vibe of, who I'm working for and stuff like that. So, I mean, they were like, we want you to be your true, authentic self. And honestly, Marcos, this is no different than if I was in downtown Chicago or Las Vegas on a Saturday night without a microphone in my hand. That's how I am anyway.
Yeah. I've hung out with you. Yeah, so I've seen the real Ray. El salvaje Ray. That's what I call you. You're a freaking maniaco, way. You're a maniaco.
That's right, bro. It's like line them up. Let's have a good time. Come on, man. Let's tear up the town.
Well, good stuff, Ray. Hey, man. Thank you so much for jumping in on here with us, bro. I really appreciate it. Congratulations, by the way. That's a big dude. A lot of people saw you, bro.
No,
close to 2 million people, dog. So congrats to you on that. I know, bro. Ray, you'll see Ray tomorrow night on FS1. Unfortunately, I'm not doing the unofficial scoring, but it's going to be a great show. Jerry Perez versus Frank Martin in the main event. Ray Flores will be calling it on FS1 tomorrow. What time, Ray?
That to be determined. I mean, I'm still trying to gather myself from the weekend and stuff like that. I think it's 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time.
There you go. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time tomorrow on FS1. This was Ray Flores. Ray, bro. Thank you, dog.
Later, brother. Gracias.
All right, guys. Well, that was Ray Flores. We're going to bring in a bit Yair and Marcus Hayes. But, obviously you heard him saying, hey, the fight wasn't fixed, Doc. The fight was not fixed. It was the ref's decision. But I got someone that was there as a fan watching it, and he's going to tell us what he saw, his thoughts on it. He runs a very great YouTube channel as well called Under the Hand Ramps, does some great work there. Really just A+ stuff that he does there. His name is Albert Baker. Albert, welcome to the Fight Up TV live chat, bro. How are you?
Marcos, what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, dog. I'm good. So Albert, so crazy. He was there at the fight, okay, guys, in Atlanta. And the reason why he was there is he won like the golden ticket, which I guess Triller was holding a contest to get tickets to the show. And he won it. First off, how the hell did you win this? Because I saw that contest and I was like, well, one, I don't ever think people ever win contests, but two, like, what the hell did you have to do to win a ticket to go to this fight?
So, like, we're involved in boxing. You know me for a long time. And so I noticed, I'm like, hey, Triller's spending some, like, real money in this sport. I'm going to open a Triller account. And, covering boxing, because I've been covering boxing for a long time. It's different right now, and going through the whole bubble experience, having to pay for the hotel, the travel, just to be able to meet the bubble requirements wasn't something I was entirely interested in. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to open a Triller account and I'm just going to post videos. It's not the documentary stuff that I do on YouTube, because that's primarily what I create or documentaries. But I started just making videos. And out of nowhere, I get an email, and it's to the Under the Hand Wraps account. And my wife, who's, you know, kind of my business partner, gives me a call. She's like, "Hey, did you see this email from Triller? You won this thing. You got a golden ticket." I was like, "Holy shit, check it out." And so I went. You know, it was really awesome. I mean, Triller did, you know, Triller opened up the wallet. They pulled out the checkbook on it because it was a.
Wait,
it was
they
a
fly you
swanky
first
joint.
class?
No, well,
No,
they gave
but
us.
they put you in a
gave
nice hotel.
So they gave us a set amount for the flight, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh, they
sent,
gave you money to book your own flights?
yeah, it was awesome. I mean, we got
What?
$700 a piece for our
Oh,
flight.
damn,
right?
dude.
And-
What?
Exactly, and then they paid for the hotel.
Yeah.
So the only thing I really had to pay for out of pocket was food, you know, which is like, I mean, I'm gonna eat anyways. So it was cool, but I quickly realized.
Wait, Albert. This guy's going, "Hey, Spirit. Did you use all those
No,
700? Did
No, I
you use
did
all
hit
those
Spirit.
700, dog?"
Yeah, no, I did go Spirit, you know, but
You
it
did.
was but I mean, you know, I my plus one was my wife, you know. If it
Yeah.
was me, like I would have gone with a backpack and that would have been, yeah. But like, you know, my wife's like, "Oh, you know, we need to take a check-in bag and all that stuff." So I mean, you know, it ate up the whole $700. But
So I'm going to read this, bro. Ben definitely got punched. He didn't take a dive. Idiots. It was the ref that called it early. I'm sure Mr. JP made sure some BS play like that would happen, aka rigged. You were there, okay? Live from where you were at, bro, your vantage point. How did this come off? Because obviously me and you have both been to like a ton of fights where crazy-ish has happened. How did this look to you being there ringside?
Ben Askren got knocked out. You know, it was embarrassing for him. You know, I mean, if I was him, I'd be super embarrassed. I mean, he got knocked out by Jake Paul. You know, but it was he was dropped, dude. It was, you can't fake that flop. You know, the way he did. I mean, you heard him get punched. It was it was a solid 1-2. You know, I mean, I don't think it was super solid as far as boxers go, but from a YouTuber, it was solid. You know, I mean, his feet were moving and all that stuff. It wasn't really a set punch, but yeah, he landed it. And, you know, Ben Askren's not necessarily known for having a steel chin.
Do you agree with it? The way it was stopped? Do you feel he could have gone more, or from where you were at and what you saw, like you saw that he was like kind of doing like the drunk walk?
I mean, if anything, like he might have been able to go again. I wasn't upset. I mean, I wasn't upset that he got stopped. I mean, you know, he went in there looking like a man. He didn't really look like he was super fit. You know, I mean, you know, could he have gone? Yeah, sure, he could have kept going, but you know, why put that dude at risk? You know, I mean, and the referees, I can't even remember who the referee was for the main event. I didn't even recognize any of those referees that night. You know, so good call on, you know, random ref guy, because that was you know, had that been a real fight, or had he been able to continue, what happens when he gets caught again like that, you know, right away? Because you know he was going to jump on him. You know he was going to jump on him. And Ben Askren's a wrestler. Like this dude right here is commenting. You know what I mean? He's a wrestler, dude. He's not a boxer. You know, he's about to get his ass handed to him as soon as he lets him go.
How was just the atmosphere, the night being there in person? Like, how many fans did they allow in there?
You know, I'll tell you what, and I'm going to kind of go on one right here, but I'm going to show you a photo, right?
A photo.
They put that right there. Can you see what that is?
That's
that is my cell phone. That's a sticker over my cell phone.
Yeah.
Right. So we get there, right? We get there, and I'm like, "This is dope." You know what I mean? They got
hold on.
Stage
repeat that, Albert. Albert. Repeat that. You kind of broke up there.
So we get there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, this is dope." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They got a huge stage set up. There's like a big cage. The lighting was production was like, you know, top notch. And like, I do a lot of production. So I'm looking around. I'm like, this is expensive. You know, it was like the Super Bowl meets the circus meets concerts meets, you know, some kind of boxing. It was a really high-end show. Okay. I'm like, this is awesome. You know, I'm going to get some cool shots. I'm going to post on Twitter. My Instagram is going to be lit tonight. And, you know, after about 5 minutes of sitting down, up walks this lady, and she's like, "Here, you guys need to put these on your phone." Like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, like I cover what, maybe 35 to 50 live boxing events a year. I'm in a boxing crowd. I have never once been in a live event and had somebody hand me. I have filmed on sets and signed NDAs, and never once have I been asked to put a sticker over my phone. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, so why did they tell you needed to put a sticker on your phone for?
This is what that told me. They didn't tell us why. Okay. I'm assuming it's a rights issue. Okay. So I'm assuming they probably thought, okay, all these people are going to either stream the fight, which would somehow hinder their pay-per-view benefit, or they wanted the media that was going to be accessed and shared on social media to be exclusive. Because the one thing I did notice, right, the way the cage was set up, the stage was set up, that entire show is not set up to be a live event. That entire show was not set up at all for the fan to be present. That show was designed the way it looked yesterday to be for the very exclusive, and by that I mean the very privileged class of YouTubers and TikTokers, okay? That is who that show was designed to have present, right? Because of the way the stage and the cage was all set up. You had the ring in the middle, there was a giant cage around that, and then turned at a complete 90-degree angle was another stage for the Black Keys, and that was where Justin Bieber had performed. Live, we didn't really get to see too much of the show. I mean, it was like a weird angle. For the fight, we had a decent seat, but it was just the construction of all this production apparatus that made it hard to see. So it was hard to see what was going on. They definitely had a huge screen playing everything, you know what I mean? But the fact that they came around and told us, put these stickers over your phone, I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. This is an exclusive party. We're obviously guests, but we're not invited to the party.
How many people were there?
Sitting in the stands where we were at, there was 100 of us. And then
and those were just regular fans, or like special invites, or because it looked like when the knockout. Oh, dang! So 100 people won the golden ticket.
Yeah, so there were 100 golden ticket winners, okay, and we were sprinkled in the seats, in the stadium seatings. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you had the ring down on the floor. All right. So I was in the second row of the stadium seating. Okay. And then on the floor where the ring was at, there was probably, just from the eye test, I'd say about 250 to maybe 300 people walking around. And these were, you could instantly tell that these people were social media people. They're walking around. They got their little cameras out. They got their little fake plastic microphones. They got their, you could just tell who YouTubers are and TikTok, TikTok. I don't know. I don't get TikTok, but you can tell who these guys are. And I'm older than most of these kids in the audience. You know what I mean? I'm like dad sitting up there, but these kids are like, oh my God, it's so-and-so. And they're like running up to the first row of where we were at.
Yeah, that was like the Logan Paul fight, bro. That was like the KSI Logan Paul fight. It was was really, really weird to see that.
Okay, so we were both at the KSI Logan Paul fight. It was very much made for that crowd. And you remember at that fight, all the YouTubers and the social media influencers, how everywhere they went, there were people around them. They had their little camera crews. These kids got full-on camera crews. They got full-on cinematographers that are following them, recording their every moment. And it was like that down on the ground. And it seemed like on the ground, that was all that was allowed to be there. Either you were a musician that was part of the show, part of their entourage, or you were like a high-end influencer or somebody that was filming an influencer.
That's crazy to know. I didn't know that they had they only invited like certain social influencers and all that. But that's strange. That's so strange. I wonder if this is going to be like a new norm at fights. But hey, Albert, bro, thank you, man. Thank you for sharing that insight about how it was to be there live, and you know your view of Ben and what happened, man. But hey, bro, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Marcos, take it easy, brother.
Take it easy, bro. With that being said, guys, now it is time to bring in Team Fight Hub. My dudes, my brothers in arms, Yair and Marcus Hayes. Gents.
Yair, what up, doggy?
What's good, y'all? What's good? Good to be back.
What up? What up, everybody? All right, guys. Dude, I was so wrong on this ish. Like I knew Ben's striking was terrible. Okay, I know that, but it's just like I said earlier. Like this dude's fought actual like real freaking killers, dog. Like real guys that would wreck Jake in a boxing ring or outside of. Obviously, we all know Ben would beat the crap out of a Jake Paul in the street. No doubt about it. But I guess I let that cloud, or at least, cloud my judgment as to Ben's skills in a boxing ring. I thought he could take a punch better, but you know what? Here's the other thing that se me pasó. It went over my head. Doesn't matter how hard you hit somebody in the temple, you hit somebody in the chin with decent freaking power, they're going to go down. Ben went down. But what'd you make of the, everybody's calling it the circus. What'd you guys make of the circus?
You know what? First of all,
wait, hold on. Yair was there in Atlanta, so he provided a lot of the post-fight coverage. So he saw everybody go back from the fight to the hotel. But yeah, bro, just overall, man. Obviously, Marcos, we told you you need one more to be the four horsemen. Yeah. What the hell happened, bro? What'd you make of this damn show?
Honestly, it just felt okay. You know what it felt like? It felt like your first time or your second time when you get introduced to going to a club and everybody's like, wow, like what the hell just happened? Everybody coming back was just like, we just had a good time. That's what it just seemed like when everybody was coming back to a hotel. I was just literally standing in the entrance and everybody was just in awe. And they were like, wow, we just came from a big ass party. That's how it was. That's honestly how I felt, that everybody was just had a good time at the event. And I don't know, but I really want to talk about Raycon. That fight was,
oh God, dude, Raycon didn't even freaking train for that fight, bro. That was embarrassing.
You know what he looked like? I don't know if
I have been following that dude, seeing if he would be training for the last 2 weeks. That guy was not training at all, and you could tell. And the other thing, this Joe Fournier guy, okay, I don't have anything against him. He looks like he's a cool dude and all that, but how the hell do you allow this guy to go 2 rounds with you that hasn't trained boxing? Obviously, like he's like throwing hands like Cantinflas, you know. And you guys that are not of Latino descent, you will not know what I'm referring to. But he's a comedian. But he's throwing like that and stuff like. And this guy had 8 pro fights already. How the hell do you allow him to go 2 rounds with you, bro? Like, I hope to God he was carrying him. I was gonna message him. I was gonna message him and ask him, Joe, please tell me you were carrying this dude, please, dog, because there's no way he should allow that guy to even make it out of the first minute if he's had 8 pro freaking fights.
You know what it looked like? It looked like your first time sparring against one of the big guys in your boxing gym. That's what it looked like.
Jesus Christ. Yo, Marcus.
What up?
Bro, you're shaking your head. You're shaking your head because
I'm just saying, man.
You being the boxing purist that you are, you know, loved boxing your whole life. See something this Saturday, get 1.5 million buys, if not more. And we're seeing I'm gonna catch a lot of flack from this, bro, but this guy's a freaking cash cow. He's turning into like a new cash cow in boxing. But did it hurt you a little bit to see that on Saturday?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all, because it's not it's just a different thing. This is what they tried to do a long time ago. Remember, they already tried to do like celebrity boxing, and it just didn't catch on because, quite frankly, the people back in the day just didn't have the heart to do it, right? But now my guy has found a niche. We all know that COVID is something that's creative. Dude, you got to be creative, bro. You can't go out and do the same old thing. This guy has had the heart and the balls to say, you know what? I'm going to try my hand at boxing, but I'm just going to fight who I want to fight. It started off as a joke, right? You remember on Rocky IV, it's what started off as a joke has become, right? It's become a serious situation, bro. And it's not going to stop. It's only going to get bigger. Honestly, it's only going to
get better.
It's only going to get bigger, and it's only going to get
bigger.
Triller is a serious force in boxing right now, and I say that because,
bro, you're gonna get lit up in these comments, dog.
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think, because I'll tell you why. 1.5 million buys, right? Barely noticeable names, right?
Well, Jake's regardless of what we think as boxing people think of Jake, dude has if you get featured on TMZ because of your YouTube videos and stuff like that, like you're I don't want to say he's a big deal, but he's a well-known person.
Look, it's only going to get bigger. And now he has come into an area where he can pick his opponent. He knows who he should fight and who he shouldn't fight. We all looked at Ben Askren. When you saw anybody that's been in the boxing gym, when you saw Ben Askren just now, Ben Askren looks like week 2 of boxing. Ben Askren didn't have no footwork. No. And I'm saying Ben Askren looks like week 2. Ben Askren looks like the typical dude that goes to the boxing gym and says, you know what, bro? I'm about to hop up on the bag and show you what's good. Standing at a southpaw stance when you were righty, right? I mean, just the way he looked, he had no footwork. He did not know how to navigate around the ring spatially. His hands and his feet were not connected. His head and his feet were not connected. Thus, his body and his consciousness were disconnected. Period. Right. That'll happen to any fighter.
Triller is about to go under. Spending $6 million on a fight worth $2 million is not good business. Let us inform you guys on how much of a money generator pay-per-view is, and for a promoter to get 1.5 to 2 million buys in an event during COVID, on the cusp of already doing 2 million buys with Mike Tyson, they're rolling in the dough. These guys got money. They made a profit in that Tyson fight, and they made a profit in this fight. Now, I don't know how much of the revenue share had to go to the music acts, if they played them or not, but when you do just do the math. 1.5 times $49.99. Let's do the math. Hold on. $49.99 times 1,500,000. That's $74 million of revenue. So you're telling me they're going out of business? Get out of here, bro.
No,
they just potentially made $140 million in the span of 1 year.
Yeah. And what they're gonna do, look, guys like Bob Arum and Top Rank need to start running and hiding. And the reason is because unless you can lock these guys up in that old boxing contracts, these young dudes are gonna become guns for hire. Right? Boxing is already starting to move into the big fight as quickly as possible. Triller now gets that. Look in the future, the next dude on Triller is going to be AB. AB's on Triller, bro. AB said he was going to Adrian Broner's going to Triller. Absolutely. There's no reason. Look, it's a bidding war. It's going to be a bidding war to get AB. AB's next on Triller. That's AB's vibe, bro. And after the fight.
No, that totally is AB's
Listen,
vibe.
And after the fight, AB's going to hit the weed, man.
Yeah.
Call me wrong. I'm telling you. He's going to hit the weed after the fight. No surprise.
Going under with the biggest pay-per-view in boxing lately. Exactly. The 2 biggest pay-per-views. You know, isn't that also another thing too? Okay. And it kind of, I don't want to say it bothers me, but it just makes me go like, God damn. Who's the last guy? I don't know if you guys here on the comments can tell us, who's the last guy who did over 1 million buys? Last active boxer to do over 1 million buys or 1 million buys on a pay-per-view show. I can't think for the life of me. Manny got really close in his fight with Thurman. I think that might have gotten close to $1 million or $1 million. Last time I heard it was like 750, 800K. But other than that, I can't think of anything. Canelo and Golovkin won. How long ago was that? That was 3 years ago,
like
or 4 years ago.
4 years
ago.
So freaking Jake Paul comes in and blasts every single active boxer out of the water and does 1.5 to 2 million. What the hell is going on with boxing?
Bro, to fight a bag of milk for my son, to fight a bag of milk from my son's school, mate.
He's 3-0. And he's 3-0. You know how long it takes for a fighter to get that money when not even being 3? I was just talking to one of Errol Spence, one of his good friends.
Bro, he's popular. He knows what's up to it. He has a lot of smart people around him.
And then you know what he told me? He said, watch, in less than a year, the YouTube fight will be the main event, and the big boxers, the big names will be the undercard. And I was like, well, that's kind of what we saw right now with Regis.
We just saw it. Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, that is where it's gonna get to the point if we don't stop this. I'm like,
well, look, Devin Haney fought on that undercard with Logan Paul and KSI.
Yeah, I mean,
but at the end of the day, it's economics, There's
no stopping this. Why you say stop it, Yair? It's not gonna stop, dog. It's not gonna stop. It's over.
Wait.
It can change. It's not gonna stop.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
I'm about to say this is it.
Yeah,
this is
he told me he's like, it's not gonna stop. I'm like, I mean, we can't stop it. I'm like, what? Even when Marco says a few weeks ago, about a month ago, he said,
this is how it stops it right here. Not stops it, but this is how we get back
because
to.
Marco said it at the beginning of March. He said the reason why we're not spoiled, the reason is that it takes so much to get these popular fights that we want, that we're urging, that we're itching, that in any other sport, the best play the best. He's like, March Madness, just look at it right now. And this doesn't happen in boxing. And this is why all these promoters are like, shit, like, damn, what are we going to do?
Now, this is what you promoters, if there's any of you guys that work for the promotional companies, okay, you guys got to stop with the bullshit, dog. For real, is this only one side of the street? This makes no sense to me because I was taught this not even taught this. I just realized this. There's going to be people that you meet in life that you don't like, that you don't get along with. But you can make money with those fools. They have an interest too. You're willing to set your ego aside and be willing to set your ego aside because at the end of the day, it's beneficial for you. You're going to make money. They're going to make money. And at the end of the day, if you guys both come out with money, you guys both end up winning. So this whole, marinating fight. Honestly, you can make an argument. The whole reason why we're here is because of how how successful he was with how he navigated his career, and more power to him. He had every single right to do it, and I'm always going to advocate fighters making as much money as you can. But you say because he had so much success, the way he navigated his career, the other fighters like Spence, Garcia, Thurman, Porter, those crops of welterweights saw that and said, I need to do that. I need to marinate fights. I need to, get as much money as I can until we get into the big fights. And it trickles down into a situation that we're at where we're not getting Spence versus Crawford. We're not getting Ryan versus Tank, Ryan versus Haney. We're not getting all these fights that we want to Yet, what, 5 years from now, 6 years from now? What do you mean?
It might not be 5 or 6 years from now, bro. But I mean,
it should be now, bro. It should be now, dog.
Why?
Because we get in situations like this where we don't get the fights that we want to see.
Marcos, when Errol Spence had his media workout right before he fought Sean Porter in LA, I briefly talked to him and I told him, hey, what do you think about these YouTubers? Do you think it's going to be a thing? He's like, yeah, I'm feeling it. And I would ask all these fighters. Now they're like, man, I don't like it because they're like, what we worked for so hard from our life from 6 years old to get where we are now. Shoot, one of my buddies, he's in Golden Boys. He's in Golden Boys promotion.
Bro, I don't think Triller was doing drug tests on that Saturday, dog.
Exactly, right?
He's 30 years old. He's barely going into a 10-rounder. And I'm like, you weigh the options like, man, something is not right here, but oh my God, that comment. But I mean, it's not gonna.
Is that Modelo, Marcus?
Yes,
Modelo. Hey, wait. You told us that you weren't allowed in Mexico, and then last week you missed the chat because you were in Mexico, bro. What happened?
Oh man, we're gonna bring that up right now, huh? Yeah. So
Did you go get Chinese food?
you know what, man? I didn't. A brother like me don't need to go get Chinese food. That's the good part about being me. Now, you know what, man? I went. I had a good time, dog. It was the people there are amazing, man. Just just a little short trip across the border, doggy. You know what I mean? Like, homie, like, hey, carnalito.
Puro Hong Kong.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's been nice, man. Aguaqueles, you know what I'm saying? Like
Marcos,
some
you never
good.
told me what is Chinese food. You never told me.
Yeah, but I
He
know
gets
it's
delivery. Oh my God.
It's delivery. Nah,
Wait,
homie,
you don't know what getting la comida china?
Huh?
You don't know what that is? Getting la comida china?
That dirty
Not in
woman.
Tijuana. I mean,
Oh, okay. I guess I don't want to add out the homies, bro, because sometimes they say that and so they don't get in trouble. But I guess it's a euphemism for doing something, going to a certain establishment, and it kind of hides the fact because it has a certain name, as you can see right there. So that's why they say, "Hey, I'm gonna go get some Chinese food," but they end up going to said place. Tell Hayes to take you.
Bro, you know what, man? I'm so glad that I don't know that subculture, doggy. Like, I'm happy with myself. That means I'm doing good in life, bro. That I don't know what getting Chinese food across the border means, man. Like, I'm
Bro,
scared to bring anything across.
my homie went there, and they drugged him and they jacked him of all his money. The girls there, so yeah, that's why I don't go there because I don't want something like that happening to me. A piece of advice for you guys that go down to TJ and do visit one of those two establishments. Drink beers. Don't get bottles. Don't get mixed drinks because if they see you're like out of town or like kind of vulnerable, they will try to drug you. And take,
shout out to my boy, bro, from Rosarito, homie. My guy Pinche Jimmy, homie.
Where's Jimmy at?
Pinche Jimmy, bro, Rosarito, my guy. One of these days we have to call him up. He loves boxing. You know what I'm saying? Pinche Jimmy.
What's up, Jimmy?
Bro. That, bro. That's
hey, everybody give us a round of likes here. Subscribe to the channel as well. What up, Aguascalientes? All right, well, we got this freaking Jake Paul, Ben Askren-ish out of the way. Marcus feels this is it. This is going to stay with us. There's always going to be a market for this. People will tune in for the right fights. People like train crashes. People like these types of weird freak show events. They would happen all the time in Japan, in Pride FC, and people would come in and you'd see Fedor fighting some freaking sumo wrestler, and then some pro wrestler, and then some freaking giant guy. Crow Cop against that Albert Del Rio guy when he got knocked out with the freaking leg kick. So, yeah, you're right, Marcus. I think for the right ones, and if they package it the right way, yeah.
Do you remember a long time ago, man, the then WWF?
Yeah.
They tried this, bro. They tried it with the Tough Man series. They had cats out there scrapping, bro.
Oh, I love that when they had the pro wrestlers actually fighting.
Did you just hear yourself what you said? You love that.
I love that.
Now, dude, listen, that vein of life is open again. These guys that walk around and you're like, man, he looks like he kicked so-and-so's ass. Can you imagine these guys boxing? I mean, it's here. Like, it's a cool thing. It's not boxing. These guys aren't responsible for carrying the lineage of boxing. It's just a sideshow. It's some other stuff to watch on TV. It's not boxing, so let's not even trip over it. It doesn't affect Spence Crawford, does it? It might make it have to happen. They're stealing money from these dudes.
You know what? Actually, yeah. I hope this puts pressure on the promoters.
Drain the
like, you know what? We gotta put on the fights because if not, like these guys are gonna take us out of business. Because
absolutely.
Look,
Bob Arum is in trouble. I'm telling you.
That's what Ray Flores said.
Terrence Crawford's about to be a free agent. Bob Arum better straighten up and fly right, homie.
That's what Ray Flores said at before all this happened. I was talking to him in the lobby, and he was telling me, "Hey, man, like we all got to get with it because if not."
Who said that?
Said
Ray
Flores. Ray.
Yeah.
I was talking to Ray and at the hotel, And Ray was like, look, man, I was like, many might not agree, but we better get on this train because there's a lot of money to make. He's like, I can make money. The channels can make money. The fighters can make money. Everybody can make money. I said, this is a new era. We got to get with it or we're going to get lost. And I said, yeah, you know what? And then when people text me, hey, man, what do you think about this? I'm like, it's going to be here to stay, man. I was like, if boxing doesn't change its routine, like Marcus says, I mean, it's going to stay here. And it's sad for one point. But another thing, it's eye-opening for
here's another thing too that I always thought too, and I'm going to send you Triller a freaking invoice for this because I would pay. I always thought I don't understand why they never did this, but could you imagine if they did something like Michael Jordan versus LeBron James in a one-on-one game, and they charged $70? That would be the highest-selling pay-per-view of all time. Imagine if they did that with and I know Tyson, I think, hinted towards something like that, like the League of Legends, like having these guys do that. But I don't know why the other sports haven't thought about doing this, bringing the legends and going up against active people in their sports and pick up games or some sort of challenges or anything like that. It would sell a lot of money, but that also tells you that, like you were saying, Marcus, there's a market for it. There's a market
for it because do you know what the big three is?
No. Yeah. I heard of the big three. Yeah,
exactly.
Danny just said it.
I know you do. I know both of you do because basketball. Yeah. That's like I think that's my cousin Danny. Yeah, the big three, basketball. Like, I mean, look, man, and it's a cool thing. Like, what it does also is it opens up a market for people that normally wouldn't have been able to be involved in anything, dog. Like, it's dope. I think that is cool, man. Like, it's gonna be something where we'll get big sort of big fights. I don't think we'll get the biggest of the big fights. But you know what? Listen, if they start to suck up all the money on the chessboards, the fights will get bigger, dog. This might not be a joke.
But what I like is that now June 5th, you have a real good fight. You have Teofimo versus Cambosos, and then in the undercard, you have Evander Holyfield versus McBride. So it's not just the whole year going to be nothing but celebrity fights. You have fights that are going to take place that you can have a little bit more respect. I mean, obviously, we'll see Oscar's return. So, I mean, I like how they have the dynamic. So,
I don't like that fight for Evander. I don't want to see Evander fight again, to be honest. I'm a little worried, not because I don't think he can handle himself in the ring, but I don't think he should be taking punches to the head anymore, to be honest. That's the only downside that I don't like about the legend stuff in boxing is that a lot of these guys have already left a lot of themselves inside the ring, and now they're coming back to have fights again. And I hope not, man. I hope I'm wrong, guys. But
look who they're picking. They picking. Look, I'm telling you.
Hey, bro, punches are punches, though, dog. Punches are punches.
Man, look, check this out. A real ex-boxer got more of a chance to land a bomb on you than Mummy Frank Mir. Am I lying? Frank Mir.
Bro, Frank Mir, UFC heavyweight champion. Come on, dog.
And what does that mean? We fight with our hands this far apart. I mean, it's just not the same, bro. Like, he called him Ellie Setback.
Triller, send me that contract. I doubt the other side will accept, but I'm down to get paid.
We can have
that undercard.
Bro, we can have a complete Fight Hub versus Ellie's team card, bro.
Our correspondence.
Fight Hub versus him. We can scrap, bro. Let's go. I'm ready to scrap, homie.
Hey, JD says that he feels that Frank actually did well against professional boxers.
He got UD'd over 6. Okay. Easy come, easy go out the back door.
Did you see his tweet? Was he the one that said something about Oscar? Did you see that tweet that he was talking about Oscar?
Oh, Frank. Yeah, well, because obviously either Oscar was on something, either he was drunk or he was high. His eyes looked really glazed, but he was just saying like, "Hey, I hope he gets sober."
Yeah. I mean, I just everybody was having a good time. I was kind of glad to see the real side of many people. I feel like Al Bernstein felt very uncomfortable. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Like Al Bernstein did look a little bit uncomfortable.
Hey, I should have gotten. Damn, you know what? I'm gonna try to get Al on here
hilarious,
next week.
Bro.
I thought it was
Al
funny.
Bernstein was hilarious. Al Bernstein and Snoop Dogg. But you know what, man? The thing is that Snoop has that interpersonal skill where he's able to, you know what I'm saying? He can assimilate and he's got a great level of intersubjectivity. Anything that he knows about you, Snoop Dogg can just go right in and boom, become your friend, bro. Snoop's cool with Martha Stewart, homie. So, you know, look, he's blazed with Martha Stewart. He blazed with Al Bernstein. You know, look, Uncle Snoop, bro, call me, doggy, because I've been hanging in there with you like a hubcap in the fast lane since Gin and Juice and before that. What's good?
All right, you know, some people asked earlier, like, "Hey, can we actually talk about boxing?" I didn't watch the fight. You know, I don't know. The last fight kind of turned me off that he had. But Boo Boo Andrade beating Liam Williams. I didn't rate Liam Williams that high as well. I rate Andrade high. I hate him. I not hate him. No, I rate him elite of elite. I rate him very, very high. It's just, you know, his fights do tend to be a little lackluster because he's so damn good. But did you guys see that fight? And if you did,
yes,
Marcus did, but Yair didn't.
No, I was more focused on.
You're more, yeah. Me and Yair were focused on this Jake Paul fight because, you know,
the thing is that, see, what the good part about DAZN is you can go back and watch it.
True. Yeah.
I'm picking on y'all, man. But yeah, I did watch it, man. I stayed up late, doggy, after I got back, and I laid in the bed, man, and watched the fight. And, you know, I thought that Andre, number one, he looked good. He looked good on offense and defense. He was a little more offensive than he had been. He floored old boy. He looked like if he really pushed the gas, he could have stopped him. I thought that it was a good performance. And I thought that Liam Williams represented himself well because he took some good shots. I mean, he fought well. I did see that he's able to be hit, and that's good, bro, because the thing you want about a fighter and a champion is that you want some vulnerability versus better opposition. Boo Boo might be able to be hit. So yeah, let's step him up. He's still a valid champ. It was a good fight.
Who saw the Tony Harrison fight, bro?
We did.
I got to see that one.
I had to work the damn fight for the telecast, and Marcus was there. Like, come on, dog. I felt that it was close, but I thought Perella had won the fight. I know, Marcus, you messaged me and felt that Perella won the fight. Yair, did you think Perella won the fight?
Yeah, slightly. I did get to see that one because I had my iPad watching that one, and then I had on the TV. I had the Triller fight, so I was watching it. I will say though, what maybe the judges could have given more to given a draw, because Harrison his level of experience did play a huge role on that, and even his counter strikes looked very well, where you could see the other guy's head pop back. So I think that's what really helped a little bit more for Perella for Harrison to have more an advantage on his side. But it was a very good fight. It was a very technical fight. I liked it.
Did you think the fight was like Braden is saying?
No, not at all. If you really, okay, I don't want to be disrespectful, but if you really watch the fight to see, you know, how they move in the ring, how's their level IQ, I didn't think it was boring. I was more entertained with that one because there was just so much music, concerts going on. So I liked the fight of Harrison and Perella just because their technical skills that they had, and even like just how they're playing chess and a chess game. There was parts where I was seeing, you know, Harrison moving back, and just, you know, timing him and catching him with a straight right. He looked great.
So after the fight, I thought maybe a few things. One, maybe Charlo took a lot out of Tony in that second fight. Or two, Tony's had a rough year, man. He's had a rough year. He's been through a lot.
Yes.
He hasn't been active, you know. Maybe that affected him in terms of his preparation, in terms of mentally, if he was in the right place to go into this fight. Or three, Tony has a lot of miles on him, man. He's been in a lot of freaking wars. He's been stopped as well in fights, Marcus. Maybe it's all catching up to him, man. It could be one of many things there, you know. But that was one of the things that was on my mind.
You know, man, I don't think that I don't think that Father Time caught up with him or anything. To be honest, I think that one, yes, it was a long year. He looked like he kind of lacked a little bit of, he lacked the jab. I think that there was some technical kind of missing out. He just didn't seem like he was the same as far as technically with the jab and with the movement. But the other thing that I noticed big time was that you got to give credit to Brian Perella. Nobody is talking about Brian Perella. Look, Brian Perella is a guy that Roy Jones Jr. has been working with. If you watch him fight, he's got that pick style and turn. Pick and turn. One thing that I'm kind of noticing about Harrison with being around him for a little while is he's got what, like in football, is called next guy speed. Harrison has to be in with somebody that is expected to dust his ass off. Harrison,
he fights to the level of his level of his competition.
He fought down to his competition. So, and that's not to disrespect Perella, but you got to also give Perella credit. Now, one thing that we don't want Harrison to do, bro, is just, man, schedule it again. You didn't appear to be hurt. You walked out.
He got stunned. He got stunned, I think, in the middle of the because I was there. I saw it. I don't know if the angle where you saw. He got stunned, bro. He got stunned.
He got stuck. He definitely got stuck. But at the same time, it just seemed more like, he definitely had ring rust. He definitely didn't look sharp, and you got to stay active. He wasn't active. He wasn't active in the ring enough to win. I don't think that it was more like they were sword fighting. That a lot of time he was keeping his arm. They were sword fighting now, but
don't say sword fighting.
No bromo.
That's not
no bromo. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like it wasn't. He's a good fighter, and he needs to schedule soon. But Brian Perella, hey, take a look at Brian Perella, boxing fans. Brian Perella looks to be for real. Let's pay attention to him. Who's he fighting next? I'm interested.
All right, you guys. Well, to recap everything, the fight wasn't fixed. We've already said as to why.
It was not fixed. You see Ben Askren's head. You see how it bounced off the mat?
You know what's a good angle is everybody go on DAZN's Twitter. They have a video of the knockout from the perspective as if you were seeing it from where Ben was seeing it. And it shows him getting up, and he's slumped, and he does like this little drunk shuffle. Wasn't really as clear as it was when you were seeing it on the stream. But from this angle, you could tell, like, oh, okay, he was doing the drunk walk, like he was kind of not responding well. And I think it was a good call from the ref because he would have been hurt a lot more. In that, but I don't know. Maybe he would have clinched him, taken him down, and ground and pounded. Jake Paul. That would have been hilarious.
The champ. I mean, the referee just kind of, it probably was a good stoppage. I mean, especially considering the fact that Ben Askren was woefully outgunned. You could tell that right away. Dude was woefully outgunned, and he might have gotten seriously hurt with taking a shot. The dude.
I am convinced he would have been really, really badly hurt.
For any boxer, the guy I wish he would have floored him.
I wish he would have floored him or grabbed him or like put him on a I wish he would have done that. I seriously would have wished that would have taken him.
Why?
I don't know. I just do something different. I just wanted to see something different.
Mr. Easy Box was talking about Vito.
Vito.
Taking his first L. Yeah, man. That other guy came to fight, man.
Absolutely.
And after the fight,
Philadelphia.
They were saying that his former trainer Joe Goosen was saying that to him it didn't look like Vito was in shape. But yeah, that's to recap the weekend, the crazy weekend in boxing. Right here, Jake needs to fight a boxer. Here's the other point that I want to get to on that subject. Okay, so obviously he wants to make this boxing thing work. It's working for him. Yes, he's picking the right opponents, but if you're him or his management and he's telling you like, hey, I actually do want to give this a run, and you're sitting there and you're like, well, damn, you have no amateur experience. How are we going to build this guy? You're going to do exactly what they're doing with him right now. You're going to get him the right fights. And that's going to be like learning on the job for him to build confidence. So he knows this. They do this all the time with actual fighters that had no amateur experience, you know? So you guys got to see this as the business people behind him. That's what they're doing. They're placing him with the right guys because that's what you're supposed to do. This is his amateur career. This is his crash course in boxing against opponents that could be dangerous, but for the most part, if he's doing the work, if he's training, if he's being diligent, he should get the job done, you know? But there will come a point. There will come a point. If this keeps happening, he keeps knocking people out. I saw that BJ Penn called him out. BJ, come on, bro. You're like 50 years old, dog. He'd knock you out at this point, bro. Come on. That's not good for BJ Penn. It's going to get to a point, though, where we're going to know if he's legit or not. It happens. It happens in this sport. The truth comes out eventually in the ring, and it's going to come out with him. And he's going to meet an opponent that if, you know, it's going to show him what's up. It's going to show him what's up eventually. If the route he wants to take is a legitimate boxing career. Now, if it's just these circus fights and all that, bro, get that money, dog. Get that money.
Why does he need to have a legitimate boxing career? That's what we're not recognizing. Look, the dude
well, because here, let me tell you why.
Why?
Because he keeps saying he's a boxer, that he's representing boxing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
No, dude, look. Why would he need first off, he can't have a traditional boxing career. Let's start up there and work our way back. It's impossible for him to have a traditional boxing career. He can never be on Thompson Boxing. He's not splitting $5,500 6 ways, bro. Like these other guys are when they first start, like Tim Bradley was when he was fighting in Ontario, like Chris Arreola was when he was fighting in Ontario. These guys were splitting money. They had all type of people in their back pocket, was fighting at a hotel, dog. Like that, it's not gonna ever be him. He doesn't ever have to go that route. $690,000 to knock out Ben Askren, dude. He'll never be a regular boxer. He has no reason to fight anybody that can really starch him. It's unfortunate. It's gonna get to that point, bro. You can't be in a sport and claim you're a boxer and get all this hoopla and put on this act because, you know, here's the other thing I wanted to get to too. You know, he rubs people off the wrong way, and Rob C saying, you know, I think he's going to avoid real boxers while making pay-per-view history. Why risk it all if you can milk it out? Yeah, it's very, very true. Rob C, thank you, Rob. You're right.
But it's going to get to a point where public pressure is going to put him in a position that he's going to have to take a real fight against a real boxer. It's going to get to that point.
He might proverbially be playing Russian roulette, maybe. He might.
No, he totally is.
But the thing is that,
and you know what? The end goal is probably, and he said it, he wants that Conor McGregor fight. Okay, he goes into a Conor McGregor fight, gets his ass kicked. He still wins. He still wins because he got a fight with Conor and he made a ton of money. And yeah, he got his ass kicked. Who cares? But he made out like a freaking bank robber.
Absolutely. The Conor McGregor Jake Paul fight this time next year makes over 2 million pay-per-view buys, bro.
Oh, I can't believe we're even talking about this.
It makes over 2 million pay-per-view buys. Look, you know that it made
This is so crazy.
You know it made some serious money. You know it made some serious money when it made Alibaba put his running shoes on. Floyd Mayweather Jr. after the fight was seen on the road running. He sees clearly.
Yeah, he's just doing that for attention, dog. He always does that. When someone has a big fight, he always does something.
He's fighting his brother. No, he's gonna fight his brother.
I hope not. Okay, this one actually had some intrigue because actually majority of people felt, you know, that he would win, but there was intrigue there. Like, well, we don't know what the hell is going to happen. We know exactly what the hell is going to happen with Floyd and Jake Paul's older brother, Logan Paul. He has no chance. It's going to be a show. Yeah, but we know what's going to happen. We know that he has absolutely no chance, not even a puncher's chance. He has with maybe another guy, yeah, but not with the Floyd Mayweather. We know exactly what's going to happen. We know exactly what's going to happen.
You know who also is not. You know who
He
also is
knows.
not happy? Tyron Woodley, the fighter from UFC. He took a lot of
Yeah.
disrespect when he went to go
Mhm.
to Jake Paul's locker room to see him,
He's
hand wrapped and
supposed to fight
everything.
Oscar.
Who,
He's supposed to fight.
Tyron?
Yeah, he's supposed to fight Oscar.
Oh man,
I thought it was Chuck Liddell since he was there at Triller.
No, Chuck's too big. Chuck's like 220. Oscar's like at 160. They're saying that that's supposed to be the fight for Triller in July. It's supposed to be Tyron Woodley. Ari, what's up, bro? Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. can be a mega fight. Chavez Jr. is fighting Anderson Silva. That's kind of another weird circus freaking fight as well. Who knows what's gonna happen there?
bet your money on Chavez Jr. will be plus 800 or plus 1,000 to highlight knockout Anderson Silva in the first round, dog.
The first round? Nah.
Go get your money.
Bro, this is Junior we're talking about,
look,
dog.
And you
This
talking
is
about
Junior.
standing up in the air with his chin up in the air, Anderson Silva? He's going to sleep, bro. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
If that happens, we can erase everything he's done in the past.
No, you won't. You won't.
Oh, man, it's Junior, dog. It's Junior. What's up, JB? What up, bro? Working on sending you something, bro. I haven't sent anything because I had to sit down and think what I wanted to send over to you. But I'm gonna send you a cool little care package, bro, because of your continued support over here on the channel. All right, hey man. I don't know. All I do want to say though is weird, but props to Jake for getting the bag, bro. Getting the money. I can't knock it, dog. I can't knock anybody hustle if they're hustling and trying to get money. Regardless if they deserve it or not, because that's the other thing that kind of like cheeses me off. Is like he doesn't deserve it. You're wrong, bro. He does, because he put in the work. Well, no. He put in the work to build his name. To grow his following. Yeah, hell yeah, he deserved it because he put in the work to grow his thing and he created this opportunity. He did the amateur YouTube fights or whatever. So props to him for doing that. JD Spades, what's up, bro? Jake is a non-professional boxer with some boxing skills who fights professional non-boxers with no boxing skills. Great blueprint to win and make money. Yeah, and he's doing a great damn job of doing it too. JB, what up? No worries, brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Oh man.
No,
Jake
Paul. No. See, it's like correction. I know your father. No, Jake Paul is a professional boxer. Unfortunately, I know we don't want to hear that. Go on BoxRec. He's on BoxRec. Go on. A professional is a person that does something.
Bro, he has the best knockout ratio in boxing right now.
Hey, did you also
That's
see
gonna
that
piss people off? But look, he has the best. He has the best knockout ratio. Oh my god!
Did you also see that Ben Askren also brought the whole MMA community together and also kind of did like a counter strike against Dana White because he didn't give him the opportunity.
Bro, Dana White lost a million,
Bro,
dog.
this is
I want to talk to Dana.
The war, like we talked about 2 weeks ago. This is getting ready to start something. You watch. They're gonna get a hold of an old boxer and work him out big time. Watch.
Work him out to fight who?
No, I'm talking about MMA is gonna get a hold of an old boxer and give him the business.
Oh, we saw what happened there with Randy Couture and James Toney. That was Oh yeah, man, you know what, Miguel, you're right. Virgil has 100% too. You tripping? Okay, yeah. Berlanga, that's true.
Right.
I'm tripping. All right. Well, no, I'm not sure. He's one of the top. Okay, he's the top 3, which is the craziest freaking thing. But thank you guys for correcting me.
There's so many guys that are.
Yeah,
right
there is.
So
there is.
Jake Paul, you know what I'm saying? And again, Jake Paul is not your traditional run of the mill. You're not gonna see Jake Paul with the real belt.
That's what I was gonna bring up though. The one time that the MMA guy went into boxing, right? I don't think that was an MMA bout when Mercer knocked out Tim Sylvia. I think.
Was
that a kickboxing? I think that was a kickboxing fight, wasn't it?
I think maybe Tim could kick. He knocked Tim's ass out cold.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Sleep.
I drank the Kool-Aid. Nah, bro. I'm just saying, it is what it is,
How
dog.
could you watch Ben Askren and vote for him, dog? How could you watch Ben Askren?
No, Ben asked you. Ben asked you, according to Michael Buffer.
I already said why. Because he's in there with actual killers, like real guys, like
And what happened? Look, he got knocked out. I was thinking about this earlier, mate.
Yeah.
He got knocked out. A dude jumped up with his knee and went across the ring and hit this brother upside the head with his knee, with his arms out. You know, come on, bro.
No, wait. No. He knew you got to know Ben's style in MMA, bro. He's a wrestler, so that's why he had his arms open. He's going for a double leg.
No,
he had to take down.
No, you're in a fight.
It's different. No. This is an MMA dog.
It's not at all times. He can't fight.
Yes. No, I know. No, he can. Bro, look how many MMA fights he had. He was 17-2 in MMA.
Against who? Obviously.
What do you mean against who?
Against who? Look,
Robbie Lawler.
Did he beat Robbie Lawler?
Yes, he choked him out.
Oh, well then fine.
Jake Paul Hub TV. Somebody said Jake Paul
Hub TV.
No, I mean, hey.
Okay, yeah, Ray Mercer and K1. No. He knows how to fight MMA, but it's obviously MMA is different. Like that Jorge Masvidal knockout, he knew that Jorge wanted that fight standing. And Jorge knew this dude is going to try to take me down right away.
Miguel L. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Wait, hold on. He charged up his finishing move.
He stood there like,
yeah, pretty much.
Yo, you know
Cheeky bird, thank you for that. I hate Jake, but I know he can box, but I still want to see Jake get knocked out. He just needs more of a challenge. And that's why everybody will keep paying for Jake's fights, because we all want to see him get touched, get hurt. And he knows that. And he's playing a character. He's playing a heel. This is why do you think the heels in wrestling do so well? We all hate the bad guy because they push our buttons and they antagonize us. This is why he's smart. He's seen that Floyd did this. He's seen that countless other people have done this, and they've done it with great results because we hate the bad guy. We want to see the bad guy lose, and we'll throw our money to see the bad guy get hurt, get touched, something bad to them, and he knows that. And I have interviewed him, but I have a sneaky feeling that what we see on him portraying is not really how he really is. But he knows that he's playing a character.
Why you think MMA came out, bro? Tell me why MMA came out.
What are you talking about?
What was MMA made for? Besides the ideology of what would happen if a boxer versus a kickboxer versus a Muay Thai.
That's why the UFC was created.
No. It's made. What it is you go.
Don't say it's made for white people, bro. Are you getting that?
No. Because that would be ignorant. Because it's not made for white people. That's retarded. But what I'm saying is that it's made for the person who is unable to just have equalize the battle with the fist. You're unable to equalize a battle with just a fist. So you need to kick, you need to knee, I'm just saying.
I know it's fighting. It's fighting, yeah. A real life fight situation.
It's just fighting. It's not boxing. It's not Queens of Marcus Berry rules boxing. It's not boxing, bro. That's the problem. They don't know angles. What passes for angles over there doesn't work here. It won't work.
Really good point. And this is the real reason why the UFC was created. It was to highlight Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and how they're more superior compared to any other martial art. And that is actually the real reason. With Horion, got with the other guys, Campbell and I forget who. And they went ahead and created this tournament that turned into the UFC. Man, hey, that was a good chat, guys.
Time fly.
Time does fly, man. Hey, I want to thank everybody who went ahead and joined us. Any new subscribers, thank you so much. If you're on this and you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. Let's get one last round of likes. on here for this live stream. We'll be back next Monday at 5:35. Let me look at the boxing schedule. We have Navarrete on ESPN this weekend. Emmanuel Navarrete.
Good fighter.
Fight, man. I love freaking watching Navarrete fight as well. What up, J2 Fly Arizona? But thank you guys so much for tuning in. For our new subscribers, welcome to Fight Hub. We're here every Monday, 5:35 Pacific time, PM for these live chats as well. You're going to love the channel. You're going to love the content that we put out as well. We put out a lot of exclusive interviews and a lot of exclusive coverage, and expect more now that boxing is looking to be back to normal in May. My dudes, Marcus, Yair, thank you so much, guys, for being in the live chat. Thank you for Ray Flores and Albert Baker joining us as well. I'm going to try to work on getting surprise guests, consistent surprise guests on these live chats as well. But with that being said, I got to go to the gym as well. Thank you guys, man. Really appreciate it. Peace out. Have a good rest of your week and a good rest of your Monday. Take it easy, guys. Peace.
Have a good week, y'all.
Later.